All right, today we're diving into the story of Savvy NIEST and the Yuva Nav Nirman Group Trust. This is an organization with a really bold mission: to tackle India's massive skill gap and, just like their motto says, to make life easy.
So to really get a handle on what this organization has accomplished, we first have to understand the challenge they decided to take on, the sheer scale of the skill gap across the nation.
So why was a skills revolution even necessary? I mean, what was going on? To really understand the why behind it all, we've got to rewind to what the education scene looked like back in the early 2000s. According to the 2001 census, that was the national literacy rate. Now think about that for a second. That means the potential of more than a third of the entire population was just being left on the table, a huge, untapped resource.
You know, the old way of doing things, just building more traditional schools and colleges, was happening way too slowly. It just wasn't making a dent. It became crystal clear that a totally new approach was needed, one driven by technology.
And this is where an engineer and entrepreneur named Sumit Patel enters the picture. He saw this challenge as an opportunity.
Now, this wasn't some outsider looking in. He had over a decade of real, on-the-ground experience in skill development right there in Gujarat. He knew the system, he knew the problems, and he had a vision for something much, much better.
And everything, I mean everything, he set out to do was built around this one simple but incredibly powerful idea: make life easy. That was it. That was the North Star that would guide every single decision they made from then on. Okay, so how do you take a simple idea like that and turn it into a nationwide force for change? Let's trace their journey over the last decade.
You can really see the evolution here. I mean, they started in 2014 as an online shopping portal. Totally different, but look how quickly they pivoted. By 2017, they were all in on the National Skill India mission. Then 2020 was a huge turning point when they formed the NGO, which really opened the door to bigger charity and government projects. And that led directly to these major partnerships and placements with giants like Maruti Suzuki just a few years later. Now, a huge piece of their strategy was embracing this Digital Kranti Abhiyan, or Digital Revolution mission. The concept was brilliant in its simplicity. Use technology as a force multiplier, right? Make education and skills accessible to literally anyone, anywhere, and just shatter those old barriers of traditional learning. All right, so after a decade of all this work, what does it actually look like on the ground? This is where the numbers really start to paint a powerful picture of their impact. Get this. They have successfully trained over 10,000 students. And we're not talking about just one field. This is across a huge range of sectors, from IT all the way to manufacturing. But here's the most important part, right? It's not just about giving someone a certificate. They have actually placed over 1,500 of those trained individuals in real jobs. That's where the rubber meets the road, connecting skills directly to an actual paycheck. And you can see that impact so clearly with their major recruitment drives. We're talking over 500 placements with the National Sample Survey Organization and hundreds more with industrial giants like Maruti Suzuki and Highly Electrical. These are major, life-changing opportunities. This table gives you a great snapshot of the powerful network they've built. On one side, you've got these huge corporate partners like Maruti and Tata. On the other, they're working hand-in-hand with vital government missions like the PMKVY. It's that blend of corporate and government backing that gives their programs so much credibility and real-world value. And just look at the sheer variety of what they teach. It's not just one thing. You've got your hands-on technical skills like welding, but also critical digital skills like web design. Then there's training for the service industry, retail, logistics, you name it. And they don't stop there. They even offer courses in soft skills and entrepreneurship to really empower people to build their own futures. Okay, so they've built this incredible track record of making a real difference. The big question is, where do they go from here? What's next?
Well, their future plans are pretty ambitious. They're aiming to become a full-fledged recruitment agency with a global reach. And at the same time, they're going to scale up their online learning platforms to train and certify even more students, not just in India, but beyond. But when you boil it all down, their vision for the future circles right back to where it all started. That simple core principle: using skills, technology, and opportunity to fundamentally make life easier for people.
Really, the story of Savvy NIEST is a powerful one. It makes you ask, how can a single, clear vision, when you stick to it, go on to transform thousands of individual lives and even begin to shift an entire industry? It just goes to show you how one organization can truly help build a nation's future, one skill at a time.